Hi folks, welcome to the shutter speed session. This is a ready-made, pre-made video just demonstrating the Lumix cameras. It's a bit like when you watch, I don't know, Come Dine With Me and they have a meal that they've made before. This is my video. So what we're going to be doing today is slow shutter speed. So this is the camera we're going to be using. Okay, so Lumix TZ48. Okay, it's got a Leica lens, it's a bridge camera, and it's got manual mode, which is over here, as you can see. Okay, so what we're doing, we're going to be using the shutter speed mode on this particular camera. Okay, so to switch it on, just press your on mode. So just click on that and it should come on. There's a little green light that comes on, and all you do is there's a little dial here. You've got your manual mode, you've got your shutter mode, you've got your aperture, and you've got your program mode. You've got AI focus, which is auto mode. Don't want to be using that because we're not looking at auto mode. So what we're doing, so we're going to put it into S mode. Okay, so we put it into S mode, and that is our shutter priority. So we're going to be sort of playing around with our shutter speed and creating hopefully some really wacky effects using this particular parameter. Okay, so once you've put it in that, move your camera across and you've got your viewfinder. If your viewfinder doesn't show up, you can click on this little panel here and you can view it through the viewfinder up here as well, or you just click on that and your digital viewfinder will pop up again. You've got AI focus, don't need that. You've got your menu, so you've got your ISO over here, you've got your timer over here, you've got your menu, and you've got your exposure compensation over here. The thing we need to really focus on is this element here, which is your shutter priority. You've got your exposure compensation. Again, we don't need to focus on that. The thing that we really need to focus is this bit here, which is your shutter speed. So what we're doing, we're playing around with shutter speed. So if I was to take this picture, okay, there we go, it's taken the picture. The shutter speed is quite fast, and what we want to do is reduce the speed so we get a slow shutter speed. So if I just sort of knock this down, so what I'm doing is I'm hovering towards my left. So if I just sort of use this little dial here and just scroll across, and what I'm doing now is I'm reducing my shutter speed. So now when I take the picture and I move the camera around, I should get some motion blur. You can see that it takes a little bit longer. Can you see that on my screen? I've got some weird looking effects, and again I can play around with this. So if I increase the speed and I press the button now, move it around, I'll get some wacky effects, if you can see that. If I want to view my image, click on this little tab here and I can view my image. I don't know if you can see that. There's this kind of wacky weird effect, and if I want to delete, there is a delete button here. I can just click on that and say delete. Yep, delete that picture. Delete the next one, delete that, and that will delete that picture as well. Okay, just press the menu and it will delete that picture. So let me just demonstrate that again. So back into shutter priority, you got your little roller type thing up here, so you just sort of move it in and out like so. And when you take your picture, so I'm going to put my finger in front of this camera now and I'm just going to move it around like so. So I'm going to take the picture and I'm just going to do that. And what you'll get is, can you see that? There's a little bit of motion blur within my finger. So can you see that? There you go. Okay, so that's what we're going to sort of play around with so far. Okay, so slow shutter speed. We're going to be capturing loads of slow shutter speed, doing different techniques. Once you've taken your pictures, to download your pictures, on your side there is this plastic panel thing here. All you do is you pull it out. It is a little bit fiddly, so just pull it out. Oh, this one's not coming out. And there is okay, this one's not, there we go. There is a few cable lead extensions. So you've got AV out and HDMI. We are using the AVI. So just basically plug that in into the camera and then plug it into your computer, switch it off, switch it on, and then it'll say something, say PC mode. All you do is press menu and then your camera should pop onto your screen in your computer. Okay, flash is that one there. Don't need flash because we're using slow shutter speed. The aim of this is really to capture slow shutter speed. So again, demonstration, there's your slow shutter speed. Reduce that down, take your picture, and you'll get some really nice effects. Okay, you can also play with your ISO, which is that one there, which is a sensitivity of light. So sensitivity of light, what that basically means is the higher the light content, so like for example sunny day, the lower the ISO number, because it needs to be more sensitive to the light. So say for example, if you're shooting low light, you might want to sort of increase your ISO to about 400 or maybe 200. The only problem with that is the more you increase it, the more noise you'll get in your pictures. However, if we're taking pictures in low light, you shouldn't have a problem. Okay, take my picture, and there is my weird and wacky effects. Now we'll have a little few playing around sessions now with this. So if you've got your cameras, please put your camera on and we'll have a little play with the various shutter effects.